Let's get more insights. And joining us on the line from Berkeley, California, we have UC Berkeley professor Harley Shaiken, a labor expert and also a former candidate for U.S. Labor Secretary in the current Obama administration. It's good to have you on the line with us, Harley. First off, what did you make of Obama's speech? Anything stand out to you?
A number of things did stand out. Overall, I thought he did a very compelling job. He laid out a few surprises, including the size of the stimulus package that's embodied here, $447 billion. Most analysts projected $300 billion. But in effect, he gave two speeches that were intertwined. One speech was a very compelling defense of government, the social safety net, and who Americans are as a people, that sense of commitment. No one does this better than President Obama. The second part of the speech was the substance of the American Recovery Act, and this was a bit different. On one level, it was larger than expected by about almost $150 billion, but on another level, there was a sense of preemptive compromise embodied in it. In other words, he was putting out there what he thinks the Republicans possibly could accept. But that's a big question mark, and in the process, he scaled down, pushing the envelope, in effect endorsing a framework that was defined in the debate, in that calamitous debate over the deficit. That is, we've got to pay as we go, and this will pay for itself. So the fireworks are going to begin now, but it's unclear if he may have given too much in principle at the starting gate.
Okay. What do you mean by that? I'm not quite sure, Harley, because he says that everything in this bill will be paid for by new deficit reduction plans. Also says everything that he's proposing in the American Jobs Act has been proposed and agreed to in the past by both Republicans and Democrats.
Well, in a sense, that's the preemptive compromise. He didn't put out something that he felt would be necessary to resolve a looming recession, but that he might not get, and then also include in it those things that he thought there was enough agreement to get, because that second part of it may not be enough given the economic crisis that we seem to be finding ourselves in right now.
Okay, well, Harley, taking a look at some of these points in the American Jobs Act, so it looks like we have the payroll tax, which will be reduced. There's going to be some infrastructure spending, also hiring incentives as well, and a protection of public jobs. All in all, how effective is this plan in creating jobs in the U.S.?
I think it will be very important, and I think were it passed in its entirety, it would certainly have an impact. The two issues are how much of this will be passed, that we're going to get a sense of shortly. The second issue is what else might we need? And that second part would be very controversial and not stand a chance of passage in the current environment. That would be, in effect, more deficit spending till the economy begins to show sharp signs of improvement. Here, the payroll tax was significantly larger. The cut in the payroll tax was significantly larger than expected. That's going to put money directly into people's pockets that could get spent if confidence improves. It's the improving of that consumer confidence that's going to be critical here.
That's right, and he's also extending the unemployment insurance for another year as well. So what in the American Jobs Act did Obama miss out on that he should have included that will probably be more effective in creating jobs, but Republicans will say no to?
I think part of that's there in terms of the infrastructure, the $100 billion or so that's going to go into highways, bridges, etc. I think more there that puts people directly to work, that is, that doesn't simply give an incentive to buy or an incentive to hire, because those incentives raise a bit of a question mark. They're very important. Those parts of this effort are not insignificant by any means, but something that goes a bit beyond that, akin to what FDR did in the Great Depression, a works progress administration updated for the 21st century that essentially invests in the future but seeks to do it now. that actually hires people right away. The infrastructure part of this does some of it. It may not be enough given where we are.
Harley, bottom line here, we have 9.1% jobless in the U.S., 0 jobs being added to the economy in the month of August. Do you think the Obama administration has what it takes to get unemployment back down to normal levels?
I think it does have what it takes. I think it's going to be a very tough struggle because the president is going to have to lead and lead boldly. This could be a part of it. He's got a tough Republican Congress to deal with. But there's an example here. Another State of the Union address given by a president in trouble, in this case one expected to lose the election, a Democrat dealing with a Republican Congress. That was Harry Truman in 1948. Harry Truman came out swinging. There were echoes of that in Obama's address, the sense of urgency, we need it now. But Harry Truman then took that to the country, and his attitude was, look, this is what we need, and if this Congress isn't going to pass it, that's where the problem lies. Obama has indicated he's going to do some of that. The question is how much and how effective it will be, essentially saying this is what we need to get this economy moving. It is a profoundly urgent moment. Millions of Americans understand that. They want to see conviction. They want to see someone that's going to be bold and fight for that. They're less interested, I think, in the sense of legislative maneuver and compromise. They want to see results that they can spend, that they can feel, and a sense of confidence.